Hello there everyone, your fluffy armchair Admiral Latter is back with some more hot ship action. In today's episode, we're gonna be looking at Japanese battleship Nagato. Uh, there were two ships built in this class. They were commissioned in 1920. They gone through several refits throughout their service. Uh, ship Ships were named Nagato and Mutsu. Um, they were in service between 1920 and 1945, up until end of Second World War, when Japan capitulated against American forces. It was the first battleship ever equipped with guns bigger than 15 inch. Uh, Pretty much it was a race between Americans and Japan when the ship was built. However, Nagato was first to be actually commissioned, and thus it claims the title of being the first battleship that was ever built and commissioned with 16-inch guns. Anyway, let's go more to technical characteristics of the ship. Obviously, the build that I managed to pull out in the game is slightly different from original build. Needless to say, that original build was changed throughout the service of the actual ship. Initially, it was launched with two funnels. The final version that survived up until 1946 had only one funnel. It was due to interference from the smokestack of the first funnel, which had been removed throughout one of the refits. Uh, the ship could achieve about 25-26 knots speed, depending on the periods of time that it served. Initially, it was, I think, 26.5 knots. It later went down to about 25 knots. Hence why I set up speed for this vessel at 26 knots. It has pretty much average range for a battleship in this era, so I left range slider at medium. It had reinforced torpedo protection, which is worth mentioning. Hence why I put many bulkheads on it, along with torpedo protection 2, which has double torpedo bulkheads. Uh, it had a single bottom, as far as I know. However, it had reinforced bulkheads with watertight doors in many of the compartments, and it had some water pumping capabilities. When it comes to armor, it has been protected by croup cemented armor, along with extra armor plating in certain areas. Hence why I selected Group Armor 3 for this build. It also has extra reinforced barbettes, which were main protection from internal explosions, in case there was a penetrating hit in this area. Thankfully, ship basically never saw a real action throughout Second World War, and Japanese Navy was never truly able to test it. Anyway, going back to propulsion, the main propulsion was, I think, 21 boilers, which later on got reduced to 10 high pressure boilers. Powered by geared steam turbines. and fueled by oil. I think it had 4 shafts. I've selected shaft 2. I'm not sure how it's being represented in the game, so I believe shaft 2 will be a fair representation of ship's element of propulsion, I believe. When it comes to armament section, there was not much change. I couldn't find too much information, to be honest. I'm not sure what kind of propellant was used in main guns by Japanese Navy. I believe it might be cordite, which was quite popular at the time, and it was used by many navies. Hence why I basically selected cordite 1. Turret traverse was hydraulic. I'm not sure about gun reload systems. However, considering that ship was commissioned in 1920, it went through some turret modernization throughout the time, but I haven't heard that there was some major refit in terms of gun reloads. Hence I left all those values at standard. Initially, ship launched with I think it was 6 or 8 torpedo tubes. However, within last refit in, I believe it was 1943 or 1942, all torpedo tubes were eventually removed. So we don't need to worry too much about torpedoes. It had a 10-meter rangefinder, and it was equipped with 2 radar masts, mostly surface detection radar and obviously early warning radars for anti-air purposes. It didn't have radar supported rangefinder, hence why I haven't picked one for this build. It's worth noting that Nagato class battleships were quite heavily armored. They had 12-inch of belt armor on its main length. Extended belt was quite thin. It was only 3.9-inch thick. Deck, it was double medium protected deck, to be fair. So main deck was 2.7-inch thick, with secondary deck being like 3-inch thick. So that's why I've selected main deck to be 5.7-inch thick. There are quite different data if it comes to deck armor. I've seen some details stating that deck might be as 7-inch thick. So yeah, it might be quite thick at some points. However, for balancing purposes, I decided to go with 5.7-inch deck armor and 2.7 deck extended armor, which extends just to forward and part of the ship. Conning tower was heavily armored. It had 14.5-inch armor on its sides, and after final refits, when gun turrets were upgraded, they received very heavy armor of 18.1-inch, with turret top reaching as high as 9.8-inch. When it comes to secondary guns and casemate guns, they were very thin armored. They had only 1 inch of armor, hence why I got as much selected in this build. In overall, the ship that I managed to build is shorter than original Nagato class battleship. It has slightly different parameters. It has nearly twice more displacement, which is funny, regarding the fact that like the ship that I actually built seems to be shorter. And it has way less armament than original Nagato had. On top of what I put on this ship, it had nearly 100 small caliber machine guns for like AA defense purposes. Anyway, we managed to pretty much achieve the same or similar propulsion values as original Nagato had, which was about 80,000 horsepower, which is really nice. It's a nice detail to have. Anyway, let's go to armament builds and explain what this ship had. So we had 4 twin 16-inch guns on top of the deck in super firing position. When it comes to secondary armaments, originally Nagato class battleship had 18 after last refit, obviously. It had 18 5.5 inch guns mounted in casemates. In our case, we had 18 6-inch guns mounted in casemates. It also had 4 twin 5-inch guns for AA purposes. I hope I managed to put the guns in pretty much right spots, or at least those are spots that I would put them. So again, we have 4 of them, 2 per each side of the ship. On top of that, we are missing almost 100 small caliber machine guns for AA purposes. Obviously, we can't install them in the game, so hence why we don't have it. When it comes to engine efficiency, we are able to achieve 100% regardless of the fact that we have only one funnel. And well, I guess that's it if it comes to the build part of the ship. I guess we are ready to start the battle, so let's get going. Obviously, as the battle loads, I would like to remind you to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notification every time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to share your comments down below. Right, let's get started. The battle is between Empire of Japan. We have 1 Nagato class battleship and 2 destroyers to screen for us, and we are fighting against Italian Empire with their 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 3 light cruisers and 4 destroyers. We are about to get our butts kicked. Alright, enemies ahead of us. We are going to go west to keep the distance between us and enemy pretty much equal. I will slow down to full speed. 20 knots should be sufficient. I will also slow down my destroyers to about 20 knots so they can maintain as my screening fleet about 1 to 2 kilometers away from me, mostly to spot torpedoes and eventually cover me with smoke screen. It will be very useful, especially when enemy destroyers and light cruisers show up, which is basically the thing that I'm afraid the most. I obviously have only 1 battleship, so there's not much firepower that I can pull out. Obviously, I have heavier guns probably than the enemy. Well, let's see. I still haven't identified enemy ships, so I can't say if I got heavier guns or not. But definitely, I got much less firepower than enemy at this moment. Okay, another salvo out. I got hit by the enemy. Let's see. Well, our salvo landed pretty much way too far. Really can't identify. Oh, that was loud. I really can't identify what kind of ships enemy has. Anyway, enemy just fired another salvo, and they scored another hit. We are just lightly damaged. However, if I won't start scoring hits, and for some reason my battleship again changed the target on its own, hence why I just fired 2 shells to get the range sorted. Right. For some reason my destroyers slowed down much more than my... Yeah, and these guys slowed down much more than... Oh dear. That dispersion. Oh dear. I'm not sure if I'm going to win this battle. Anyway, my destroyers managed to slow down way too much. You know, now I need to speed up a little bit to catch up with Akitsu. I will swap my target to that heavy cruiser, or what appears to be a heavy cruiser, and throughout this battle I will focus mostly on heavy cruisers, light cruisers and destroyers. It's just because these targets are way softer, they require much less hits, and I have much higher chances to actually win this battle by sinking all the light stuff that surrounds enemy battleships than to actually sink enemy battleships. So that's gonna be my strategy for this battle. I will just use destroyers as my screens, as my shield, so they can catch all those pesky torpedoes and engage with torpedo boats. Okay, that's another salvo out. Trying to hit that battle cruiser. Obviously, dispersion of our guns is absolutely terrible. Okay, we can now slow down the time and enjoy the view. Oh dear, oh dear, we just got hit. I have to admit that this Nagato looks quite nice. There's quite a lot of smoke coming from the smokestack. Oh yes, oh yes. That salvo looked really good. Unfortunately, I still can't hit the target. While at the same time enemy is hitting me really, really hard. It appears that my destroyers decided to fire a torpedo into enemy destroyers. If we manage to score a hit, that will help us greatly. I don't think we will. However, well, thankfully dreaming is not a crime. Anyway, I need to be on a lookout for enemy torpedoes right now, as enemy destroyer attempted to perform a torpedo attack. I just scored one nice hit on enemy heavy cruiser, and as you can see from just one hit, I managed to reduce his health pool by a quarter. And I pretty much damaged or destroyed quite significant portion of his ship, and it appears that I just forced him to retreat. Hopefully I will hit him with my next salvo and cause some serious damage. Otherwise, this heavy cruiser might just run away, and I might not be able to catch up with him. That salvo looks pretty good. No, it was way too far. As long as I will keep my distance, I still got plenty of time to actually hit the enemy. Come on, come on. Okay, the guns are almost reloaded. What was that? Okay, my funnel just got destroyed and one of my turrets just got destroyed, which is pretty bad. However, we've just scored a good hit on enemy heavy cruiser. That was a nice torpedo hit. Same time we got hit by enemy artillery, and it appears that one of the enemy battleships is trying to push me. There's not much I can do. I would really like to maintain my speed and course, at least for now. My destroyers have successfully performed a torpedo attack. I need to slow down to allow my battleship to catch up with the destroyers. For now, it appears that the battle is quite even. However, this might change really fast. If enemy destroyers will decide to push me, I will not be able to defend myself, I'm afraid. Okay, my secondaries finally opened up, and I have to admit it looks quite impressive. Really need to slow down. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I completely missed it, and it appears that enemy fired torpedoes and just managed to hit one of my screening destroyers. He survived that hit, however, it got really badly damaged. Okay, enemy destroyers seems like they are preparing another torpedo attack, which is very worrisome. I still don't see any torpedoes, and I would like to maintain stable course as long as I can. Enemy cruiser is heavily damaged, which is very, very good. Come on. Well, unfortunately that hit, well, that salvo didn't score the hit. Pretty problematic. I got only one battleship, so this guy needs to start performing, otherwise I won't be able to finish this mission. Come on, Nagato. You can do it. Well, I have to admit that accuracy of these guns is absolutely terrible. Alright. Anyway, my destroyers just scored another hit on that heavy cruiser, which is really, really good. I'm going to try to position myself so that there will be less smoke interference. Fortunately, that was another unsuccessful salvo, and I need to switch my fire to enemy destroyers because they've just started to push on me. Probably they've realized that my gunners are blind or probably drunk, and they can't hit anything. I will slightly change my course because I believe this time there might be torpedoes in the water, and I need to start scoring hits. And obviously I need to manually select ammunition because my gunners can't decide if they are shooting an armored target with AP or HE, even though enemy has only 1.5-inch armor. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh crap. Just as I thought, enemy indeed fired a torpedo, and he managed to score a successful hit on another of my destroyers. I will launch a smoke screen, turn into those torpedoes, and hopefully I will make it to avoid them. It appears that enemy destroyer is preparing another torpedo attack. I need to focus a little bit more. Oh, come on. You could have at least hit him. Right. Is that... yeah. My destroyer just fired a torpedo, which was pretty poor aimed. And it doesn't appear that they're gonna ever hit anything. However, as long as they can protect my battleship, I think they are pretty fine. As you can see, my destroyers are constantly firing their small guns. However, they can't hit anything. My hit count doesn't really go up. I managed to score 2 torpedo hits, both of them on that heavy cruiser, which is back there, heavily damaged. I basically don't even have access to it. One of my torpedoes just hits enemy destroyer, which is very good. It was still not enough to sink him. However, it already helped me a little bit. And enemy just damaged main tower. I think that's the secondary guns. I don't... oh. Now, those may be main guns from my destroyers, which actually decided to finally start hitting the target. Anyway, main guns from my battleship still can't hit enemy, which is pretty terrible. Right, so it's almost 40 minutes into a battle timer, and I still haven't sunk even a single enemy ship. I scored a couple of hits. I managed to heavily damage 2 of enemy ships. Oh, okay, situation quickly changed. I just managed to score my first kill, which was enemy destroyer, sunk by friendly torpedo. Quickly have a look if there are enemy torpedoes. Yes, there are. And hopefully I will make it to do a torpedo beat. Come on. Oh no. Ouch. Right. Wakatsuki, you served me well. Not sure if you're gonna survive that. Anyway, it appears that those torpedoes might... or they won't. No, they won't. Whew. Right, they are going to miss, but they were looking really, really good. Anyway, my destroyers are heavily damaged at this moment, and I still can't hit destroyer that is basically stationary. Oh, come on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, it's been nearly an hour already. Well, 45 minutes into battle timer, to be precise. And I still haven't sunk anything using my biggest batteries or biggest guns, which is funny because usually by that time I'm getting some nice kills using my main battery guns. Anyway, I guess what I'm gonna do is to switch target to this little guy and make these two guys to attack this destroyer. I will also change my course so that I can avoid getting too close to... Oh, did I just detonated his magazines? Yes, I did. I believe one of my destroyers finally decided to score a hit and they detonated magazine of enemy destroyer. However, my battleship still can't hit enemy. Why? Why? Why is this happening to me? Oh. Okay, okay, that looks really good. For some reason my destroyers started to score a hit. That is really good. Come on boys, finish him up. Good. Okay. One of enemy destroyers just sunk, but it was not the one that I've been hunting for. Did I just scored? Don't know what happened, to be fair. How did that actually happen? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I got too close to enemy battleship and he just scored a lucky hit and detonated ammunition storage in my fore end of the ship, causing massive damage. I will try to angle out and slightly increase the distance from the enemy. Ouch. Oh, come on guys, are you still trying to finish that one destroyer? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh dear, oh dear. Situation doesn't look good. Okay, I just lost one destroyer. I hope that the second one will make it through and get rid of that enemy destroyer. I will now focus fully on my battleship because the situation looks really bad. I just gave full control over my destroyers to AI. Ah, that was beautiful. That is something that I've been waiting for. Good job. Problem is, that enemy battleships got way too close. Right, I will switch my fire towards light cruiser, and I really want to... Good, good. That was good armor angling here. I managed to bounce basically every single shot. That's very good. I will focus my fire on light cruiser. another salvo from enemy battleships. Okay, hopefully I managed to sink those light cruisers same as good as I dealt with that heavy cruiser. Good, that was another great hit on that light cruiser. He's he's done for. Good. Another one. Now we need to start sinking. We just got 58 minutes left, and if we won't sink enough of those light vessels, there's no chance we are going to win this battle. So our best chances is to actually get rid of all those flies. First ranging shots. It looks pretty good. Battleships are still raining shells on me. Another salvo. Yeah, I managed to bounce most of them. And I'm effectively running from them. Which is really good. Come on, come on, come on. That looks good. Oh yes. Yes. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I need more of those. Right, I will take a risk. Enemy DD just fired a torpedo on me. Still can't see it. But I will take a risk. And I will keep my current speed and course. I really need to kill that light cruiser. And I'm close enough so that I will effectively score some hits. Okay, I can see first enemy torpedo. Okay, that's another enemy salvo bounced. However, that enemy destroyer is dangerously close. If he is going to fire torpedoes now, he has a great chance to actually hit me. And I need to start maneuvering a little bit. Come on. Oh yes, another good hit. That light cruiser is basically done for. Oh crap. Okay, torpedo bit. Torpedo beat. I need to turn really fast. Come on, come on. Why are you still not turning? Come on. Turn. Yep. Okay. I really need to miss this salvo. However, okay. Now. Good. I managed to avoid these torpedoes. And I wasn't hit by enemy, which is good. I'm not sure why my destroyer is so far away and why enemy destroyer is so close. Okay, enemy light cruiser is down. Now I need to deal with that little pesky destroyer that is chasing me. Managed to fire another set of torpedoes. However, these are never going to hit. Wow, this is a very close battle. Come on. Oh, now you are firing, Heiji. What happens now? Okay, I'm really afraid about that Antonio Mosto. He's getting really close to me. So I need to pay close attention to him. He might still have torpedoes. yeah, he definitely does. And I believe he's going to attempt to fire them on me. Okay, I still keep bouncing enemy shells, which is very good. Come on, come on, come on, guns. Give me a good hit. That is a freaking terrible. Guns. Oh, that was a nice hit. It was definitely not enough. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. More torpedoes. That doesn't look good. Can I fit within that gap? Or can I eventually turn fast enough? I don't think I can. I need to try to fit into that gap between those torpedoes, which I should be able to do. Can't see it through smoke. Okay, I'm gonna take one. Okay, there's gonna be another torpedoes coming really soon. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That doesn't look good. Okay, I can't hit this guy. Come on, Wakatsuki, just hit him. Oops. Come on, let's finish him off. Oh! Enemy battleship just scored a good hit. Right, if he's going to fire those torpedoes, I'm gonna be dead. Right, I'm scoring some good hits on those destroyers now. But at this range, if I would miss, that would be a shame. Okay. Ah, great. Okay, and he haven't fired a torpedo, which is really good. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, I am going to focus on that destroyer though. He's still fast, but he's almost out of torpedoes. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on, come on. 35 minutes, I need to... I believe I need to sink one of those small vessels and the mission is completed. Oh dear, I don't think I'm gonna be able to avoid these torpedoes though. Or maybe if I would rapidly increase my... Oh boy, that was a heavy hit. Yeah, I just got hit by that one. It didn't do much to me, thankfully. And enemy is... yeah, enemy still has 3 torpedoes. My secondary gun starts to score more and more hits. Okay, enemy destroyer is down, and that's the mission completed. Whew. That was a close one. I almost thought at some point that I'm not going to be able to finish this mission. However, I succeeded, and I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I hope you enjoyed the atmosphere and tension that was present during this single battle. I hope you also enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, just give the video a like, subscribe to my channel. That really helps it grow. That really helps to spread the word that this channel is doing some sort of work, hopefully a good one. Leave the comments down below if you liked or disliked the video, and let me know what kind of content you would like to see next. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Latter out.